Hello everyone, we are discussing stoichiometric relations and I am Vaishali Kikand. So let's start our discussion with the Avogadro's law. Today we are starting with the law and then we will be discussing the questions based upon this. So what is Avogadro's law? It states that if I have equal volume of ideal gases which are measured at the same temperature and pressure condition, they will be containing equal number of molecules of that gas, right? So if I take the nitrogen gas, if I take oxygen gas, if I take carbon dioxide gas, if I have same temperature, pressure condition and equal volume, it will be containing equal molecules of oxygen, CO2 or N2. So now coming to the question number 1, which states, consider the following reaction for the synthesis of methanol. CO plus 2H2 gives CH3OH. Now the question states what volume of hydrogen reacts with exactly 2.5 decimeter cube of carbon monoxide. So we can see from this reaction that 1 mole of carbon monoxide reacts with the 2 moles of hydrogen, right? So now hydrogen volume would be twice of the volume of the carbon monoxide. So if I had the 2.5 decimeter cube of carbon monoxide, we will be having 5 decimeter cube of hydrogen. So this is how we can find out how much volume of hydrogen is used for this reaction. The second part states what volume of CH3OH is produced. So again you can see 1 mole of CO is going to give me 1 mole of CH3OH. So it is going to give me 2.5 decimeter cube of CH3OH. Now coming to the question number 2, it states if 100 centimeter cube of oxygen reacts with 30 centimeter cube of methane in following reaction, how much oxygen will be left at the end? So this is a reaction CH4 plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O. So from here you can see 1 mole of methane CH4 reacts with the 2 mole of oxygen. So you can see how much amount of methane is given, which is 30 centimeter cube. So 30 centimeter of CH4 will be reacting with the twice of the 30, which is 60 centimeter cube of oxygen. How much oxygen was given? 100. So what is the leftover oxygen? It is 100 minus 60, which is 40 centimeter cube. So now coming to the next part here, we will understand how we can convert the volume of gas to the number of moles. If you are given with the volume of a given gas, you can find out how many number of moles are there. So molar volume of an ideal gas will be calculated at the standard temperature and the pressure condition. What is the standard temperature at the pressure condition? We will be taking the temperature is equal to 273 Kelvin and pressure is equal to 100 kilopascal, which can be represented as 1 into 10 raised to power 5 Pascal. This is STP, right? So molar volume of an ideal gas at the standard temperature and pressure is constant. It is fixed. It is equal to 22.7 decimeter cube per mole, or we can represent it as 2.27 into 10 raised to power minus 2 meter cube per mole. So from here we can find out the number of moles. If I know for 1 mole the volume is 2.27 into 10 raised to power minus 2 meter cube per mole or 22.7 decimeter cube. So number of mole will be given volume upon the molar volume, which is 22.7. Coming to this question, which is based upon this concept, so we have to calculate the number of moles in 250 centimeter cube of O2 at STP. So first of all, we will be converting this centimeter cube into the decimeter cube. So the number of moles will be equal to volume in decimeter cube upon 22.7. So first of all, 250 centimeter cube is converted into decimeter cube. It is divided by 1000. It is equal to 0.250 decimeter cube. Number of moles will be 0.250 upon 22.7, which is equal to 0.0110 mole. Now the second part states we need to calculate the volume of 0.135 mole of CO2 at STP. So the moles of CO2 are given. We need to multiply it with the molar volume, and this is how we can find out the volume. So the moles are 0.135, molar volume is 22.7, and this is how we will be getting 3.06 decimeter cube. Now coming to the next question, it states potassium chloride decompose when heated. With the help of this reaction, we can understand this 2KClO3 in solid decomposes to give 2KCl plus 3O2. So what mass of potassium chloride decompose to produce 100 centimeter cube of oxygen gas at STP, right? So volume of oxygen in decimeter cube, first we can find out, right? We need to find out first of all the moles of the oxygen. For that we need to find out the volume of oxygen in decimeter cube. So it will be equal to 0.1000 decimeter cube. So number of moles will be 0.1 upon 22.7, which is 4.405 into 10 raised to power minus 3 mole. So this is the step 1. Now in the step 2 we can see how much amount of KClO3 is decomposed, right? From the O2 we can find out how much KClO3 was decomposed, the number of moles we can calculate. So now when I have 3 moles of O2, it is going to give me 2 moles of KClO3. So KClO3 mole will be equal to 2 by 3 of O2 moles. So what was the O2 moles? 4.405 into 10 raised to power minus 3. It is multiplied with 2 by 3 and we will be getting 2.937 into 10 raised to power minus 3 moles. And in the step 3 we will be finding out from the moles the mass of KClO3 that we know. We multiply the molar mass with the given number of moles. So molar mass is 122.55. We multiply it with the number of moles, which is 2.937 into 10 raised to power minus 3. We will be getting 0.3599 gram. This is the mass of KClO3. I hope you understood all of the questions and the concept. Thank you so much.